It's Friday night. You know what that means. There we go. So why's the race coming through? What the heck? It's Friday night. You know what that means. Another edition of Bobith TV on your screens. We've got the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Mental Health Matters. Live here at the Auto Club Speedway. We're in Fontana, USA, California, for this edition of Bobith TV. Just coming to the end of practice. Looks like we've got about 28 cars in practice at the moment. Jason Nankovich is our race leader, 39.456, our pace leader. Fastest in practice, 39.456, 39.460 though. Darren McKenzie, Ruben Phelps, 39.468. And then we hit the 39.5, so that top three, top four, very close as we head on over to qualifying. We'll make that justice. Do the names well. All right, first car out on qualifying. The most keen one of them all is, well, it was the 5 actually. Here he is here, Andy J. Barber. But we're going to start to see some other cars rolling out. The 8 of Jamie Nankovich as well. There's the 777 of Kelvin Clark. Two laps of Auto Club Speedway. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. Tyre wear will come into play. Obviously, just the number of laps alone it means tyre wear is going to be an obstacle. Now, the fuel window is roughly 32 to 36 laps in this race. Just confirm exactly how many laps we do have for the trucks tonight. Truck series schedule. Wow. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we're at Auto Club Speedway for 100 laps. So 2 pit stops will be the order of the day. As I say, around 32, lap 32, lap 36, as some times start to come in. Now you will notice here that the wide track means that they will be able to use a lot of that track. And you will see some drivers with some strange lines, but that will be tyre wear preservation. There's the 29 Noddy Tompkins on our screen. 119 on our screen, sorry, 29 on our leaderboard. Quick time is Darren McKenzie, still 39.416. Andy J. Barber does have 39.5 flat, 39.540 for Jason Holdsworth. Stephen Williams, 39.545, and then 39.547 for Jamie Nankovich. Devon Stone's in there in 6th place at the moment. With, let's see where I lost it there, 39.590, 39.697, and 39.66. As some other times start to come in and push the guys down, we'll just sort of go through the order, I guess, as we get them. But Darren McKenzie, Andy Barber, no, Ron A. Thompson, 39.404. Takes the new quick time, moves Darren McKenzie to 2nd quickest, 3rd quickest Andy Barber, Stephen Williams and Jason Holdsworth 4th and 5th quickest, Jamie Nankovich and Ruben Phelps 6th and 7th, Noddy Tompkins, Devon Stone and Adam Malone round out the 10. Then we've got Tom Pritchard, Daniel Stevens, Nathan Button, Jared Williams and Henry King, that's 11 to 15. 16 to 20 is Luke Wilson, Brent Hobbs, Tristan Kosh, Colin Bruns, Kelvin Clark, and then the final 21 to 24, Marcus Scott, Aaron Gilbert, Marty Mitchell, and Stuart L. Patterson. Okay, there's still a couple of cars out there, so I'm not sure why my cameras aren't jumping over to them. See what is going on here. There we go. 6 and the 57. That's Bryce Meddings, Daniel Stevens. Also, the Daniel Stevens has got a 39.865. That's given him a 12th place start. The 25th car, Bryce Meddings, 43.023. So a couple of seconds of pace he needs to knock off there. And sort the volume out with the different camera angles. That's a good one. That one's good. There we go. We'll watch him from here. It looks like he's backing off, wrapping it up. 20 seconds to go in qualifying, and he's managed to pull out a third place, 4:39.438. So 43 seconds on his first lap. Had me a little worried, but 39.438 to lock in a third place start. He made that Toyota sing on that second lap. All right, guys and girls, we're going to jump straight over to our 100 lap main event. We're in Southern California. This is the home of the Southern California Automobile Club. Oh my gosh. Looks like we've got a few other drivers who have registered but have not qualified. Brian J. Blundell in 26th. 27th, Matthew Raymond. Nigel Patton in 28th. 29th, Adam Tice. Adam Pold in 30th. So that is quite the field that we have here. Let's get down to the, wow, that grid is not the greatest grid camera. Try and find a better one. There we go. As they start to line up, we know that Ron Thompson is going to be pole position. Outside there is going to be Darren McKenzie. He's up there on the track now. Second row is going to be Bryce Meddings and Andy J. Barber. Third row, Stephen Williams and Jason Holdsworth. On that fourth row, Jamie Nankervis and Ruben Ruben, Noddy Tompkins and Devon Stove on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Kelvin Clark. No, it's not. It's going to be Adam Malone and Tom Pritchett. Seventh row, Daniel Stevens and Nathan Budden. Jared Williams, Henry King on that eighth row. Ninth row is going to be Luke Wilson and Brent Hobbs. Tristan Kosh and Colin Bruns on the 10th row. 11th row, Kelvin Clark and Marcus Scott. Aaron Gilbert and Marty Mitchell on that 12th row. 13th row, Stuart L. Patterson. Let's jump back and just see if some of those other guys are here. They are. So Brian J. Blundell, Matthew Raymond, Nigel Patton, they are on the 14th row. 15th row is going to be Adam Tyson, Adam Pold. We have got a 30-car field, 100 laps. Auto Club Speedway. This is the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. Mental Health Matters. Thank you for coming out and joining us on Bobbeth TV on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Been ironing out a few bugs here and there as we do grow and expand, and had some great help, especially from this league. Let's just a little bit, because when they do get going, I feel like that's going to be quite loud, that race sound. That backstretch into 3 and 4 they come. Those clouds, for those of you that know, the weather now an issue in iRacing, so who knows, we may see some rain throughout the season. We'll have to wait and see though. 30 trucks on this track, 100 laps. Pit windows around 32 to 36 laps. Look for some of them to maybe go in earlier if there is a yellow to try and help pad that out. Have to wait and see. Pace car has left the track. We're going to crank this one up and get our 100 laps underway. Camera swap over there. It is start finish line. Barney's waving at the green flag. Look at those cars get to speed straight away. A bit of line racing, but this track tire wear is going to be paramount, so having to race your line versus the racing line or versus the defending line is going to be very, very tricky. coming in. We can see a couple of those cars starting to split out a bit there. The 28 and the 6. Bryce Meddings in the 6. Ronnie Thompson, our race leader. They have got a bit of a gap ahead of the other two guys in third and fourth. That is Darren McKenzie and Andy Barber. There's a bit of a line back there, so we'll wait for that line to sort of catch up and get up to speed as they draft their way around the track. Just our second of 100 times down at the back stretch. There's the 06 Ruben Phelps, Noddy Tompkins. They are back there in 7th and 8th. You can see a run of cars back there behind them. There are a lot of trucks in this race. Let's see who's going to be the most patient in these first 30 odd laps. Who's going to try something a bit crazy? Who's going to just push for it and race as hard as they can? There's a lot of different ways you can approach Auto Club Speedway. Not both line-wise on the track and attitude-wise behind the wheel. But you can see there, these boys pretty much lining up nicely. It's going to get to single file. Some of those cars running a little bit high just for the tyre, I guess tyre saving, tyre wear I was going to say, preventing tyre wear even. Current race leader Andy Barber's fallen back to second. Bryce Meddings back to third. You can see there why they are racing already. Lap 4 of 100. And these boys are already putting rockets to each other, sort of saying, hey, look, you know, I got to run. I'm going to take this. There on the screen, we see the tail end of the O2 thanks to the leaderboard. Jump back to the cars behind them, the 119, the 22, the 11, the 98. That is Jason Holdsworth, Stephen Williams, Ruben Phelps. I think we can see Jason Nankovich there as well. We're riding along with the back 5 of the 10. Ron Thompson is our point of focus. The 22 car on your screen, the 28's on the leaderboard. Now we're going to jump back to the back, say 15. That's Daniel Stevens there. Behind him, Luke Wilson, Brent Hobbs, Henry King's there. Up the front, that 13, Marcus Scott starts to come into view. Basic follow the leader sort of race. As I say, two, possibly 3 pit windows, 32 to 36 laps. You can stretch it out if you risk it, but geez, you've got to be good on the fuel saving and the tyre wear. Around 3 and 4 for the 7th. Times can be lap 8 of 100, our first 10th of this mammoth 100 lap race at the Auto Club Speedway. Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. This is Darren McKenzie, our race leader, Andy Barber, Adam Malone, Bryce Meddings, Noddy Tompkins, Ron Thompson, Jason Holdsworth, Ruben Phelps, Stephen Williams, Jamie Nankovich. Then we've got Tom Pritchard, Nigel Patton. Oh, I say that. Nathan Button, Devon Stove, Marcus Scott, Brent Hobbs, Luke Wilson, Daniel Stevens, Henry King, Colin Bruins, Tristan Koch, Aaron Gilbert, Adam Tice, Kelvin Clark, Marty Mitchell, Matthew Raymond, Stuart L. Patterson, Adam Pold, Jared Williams, and Brian Blundell. I did think, hang on a sec, didn't Adam start at the back of the pack? But no, that's Adam Tice, not Adam Malone up there in third. Adam started in 11th. I was like, geez, he must have raced his way up. Nigel Patton there. 550 of Noah. Sorry, Tristan Kosh, not Noah. I don't know why I thought Noah. As the triple one of Colin Bruns in front of him, Aaron Gilbert behind him. First 10th of this race almost concluded. As I was saying before, 32, 36 laps is the pit window without a caution. So look for these guys to pretty much go at least single file till then, to really not try anything too crazy before that point. Just wind away some of those laps. Not a lot has changed on the leaderboard or the track map. All the guys just sort of, as I say, content to race in a bit of a line there. There is pretty much your top 15 cars on your screen there at one point. Looking at the top 5 to 10 there. Pretty much following the leader. No one really sort of going, no, this is not my line, I don't like it. Riding along the roof cam at Jason Holdsworth here. There's the 28 of Ron Thompson, the 2020 screens. This is the view from the top of his car. Top 5 in front of him. .39.869 was the quickest lap. 40.670. So already about 7/10 of the second difference. Now just a few laps against tyre wear, and having that tyre really start to rub away can cost you about 2 to 3/10 a lap. So yeah, it's something you really do need to be mindful of. And I was talking to some guys who raced at Auto Club a bit earlier in the week, and I raced there on the officials, and yeah, if you go against the grain too long, too fast, it doesn't take long. Lap 15, lap 10 to 15, really, you will start to notice a bit of slip in those tyres, a little bit of wear. So with the pit window being another 15 or so laps away, you got to think some of these guys maybe come out a bit too hard and need to, once they go back into the pits, drop back a few spots where they're a bit easier, a little bit further back. It's hard to maintain pace if you're racing against type. But if you've got yourself up in the top 5, top 10 and trying to hold it, that's basically what you've got to do. Alright, looks like teammates 1, 2 and 3, those 3 cars, all very nice similar paints. That is Darren McKenzie, Andy Barber and Adam Malone. Slightly different colourings on each one just to signify each. Red and green. Just need a yellow or orange in there. I've got the Ninja Turtles. Darren McKenzie, Leonardo. Oh no, green bulb. Green's not a Ninja Turtle colour, it's the colour of a ninja. All right, lap 16 about to come to a close. The boys coming through 3 and 4 into the tri-oval. Starting to separate a little bit of real estate, some high, some low, some middle. That's going to start to play out a bit here. Start lap 17. Just going a little bit higher. He wanted to be a little bit freer on his turn. Oh, I thought he was going to look for an opening on the inside. He is. The 0-2, Darren McKenzie's going to fall back to third. Noddy Tompkins and Addy Barber going to move up into 1 and 2. Noddy Tompkins is our race leader. 29 on the leaderboard. 1-1-9 on the track. Looked like he had a bit of a peak, and I was like, is he going to go for it? No, he's not going to go. Yeah, he went for it. Lap 18, he's gone for it. 17 actually it was, well, this is lap 18. Race or 30 cars still on the lead lap. Of course, Friday night trucks, part of the Australian NASCAR eSeries, powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters. We are lap 19 of our way into the 100-lap race here at Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, USA. We are chilling it in California. Start lap 20. Thompson up there in front, Jason Holdsworth, red nitro machine, red black attack rather. Noddy Tompkins getting that car out a little bit ahead of everyone else there. Second place, Andy Barber, Adam Malone in third. Holdsworth, Jason Holdsworth moved himself up from 6th to 4th. Back there in 5th, Jamie Nankervis, Ron Thompson back there in 6th, sorry. Ruben Phelps battling him at the moment. And Jared Williams briefly. 06 and the 22. It's the 06 and the 28 on the leaderboard. Ruben Phelps and Ron Thompson. Looks like Ron might have a bit of a run on the inside of the line there. One of Adam Malone, the 11 of Jason Holdsworth. They are third and fourth. Big welcome to those joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, all by the way of Bobbeth TV. This is the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. We are a quarter of the way into this race. We're just about to start lap 25. Coming very close to the pit window. Pit window will be around 32 to 36. Early cautions generally can mix that up a little bit, but we have gone a quarter of the race without a yellow flag. So green flag lap pitting is definitely on the horizon. Really, not in a bad way, but really an uneventful race so far. Sometimes we might have stuff that happens off the cam at the back of the field, little incidents throughout, just racing deals. But so far, everyone just keeping their cool. Pretty much what I expected, as I said at the start of the broadcast. Anything 32 to 36 laps is the pit window, as I continuously say. So yeah, you got to think that as they approach that, they'll be, yep, let's just be careful. We don't want a yellow to come out right after you sort of pit yourself. Cars just come screaming down that backstretch into 3 and 4. We're about to finish lap 27, lap 28 coming up. Oh, so close. These boys will be looking at that fuel tank and they'll be getting the warnings. 5 laps to go. May have raced a bit harder. Some of them may have raced a little bit lighter and been able to conserve that fuel. We'll have to wait and see. Underway. Absolute perler of a day. A little bit of wind, no fog, no rain, a little bit overcast, but nothing too crazy. Boys having the night of their life in at these trucks here in California. Is our newest quick lap, 41.339 for the last lap, so it's at 3/4 tenths of a second off as we ride along inside the car of Andy J. Barber. He is in 5th. Noddy Tompkins still our race leader. Jason Holdsworth, last week's winner. He is in 2nd right now. Adam Malone 3rd. Ron Thompson 5th. Andy Barber 6th, Jason Nankervis 5th, and Jamie Ankevas in 6th. 7th, Stephen Williams. Ruben Phelps in 8th. 9th, Nigel Patton. Tom Pritchard in 10th. Like that top back 11. Throw the back 10 up to the 10th. 11th, Bryce Meddings, Darren McKenzie, Brent Hodgson, Nathan Button, Evan Snow, Raymond Davis, Wilson, Henry King, and Marcus Scott. The remaining 10, Tristan Koch, Adam Pold, Kelvin Clark, Stuart Patterson, Colin Bruins, Aaron Gilbert, Jared Williams, Marty Mitchell, Brian Blundell, Adam Tice. Alright, pit window is here. We're at lap 32 to 36 into the pit window. Look for some cars possibly to cut off into the pits out of 4 as they come up here down the back stretch. Some may be able to stay out, but I'm willing to bet there's going to be a couple that maybe go in here. See one dropping down low already. Looks like Adam Malone. That's the 22. That is Ron Thompson. But nope, he has stayed out. Don't see any ducking in on the track map. Nope, not a soul has gone into the pits. We're on lap 33. So, looks like it might be very soon, but not yet. Definitely not now for these guys. They are racing their way out of 4. Has gone into the pits. That's Jared Williams. He is our first car to do so. Lap down, but once he gets in and out, he should be able to get some of those laps back as the other guys need to stop over the next lap or 2. What is going on? They are still staying out. 9 is going in, I can see that. That is Nigel Patton, 21 to 57. Tom Pritchard and Daniel Stevens joining Nigel in the pits. As is the 86, Brian Blundell, Luke Wilson and Aaron Gilbert. Look for some of these guys to start to go in here as well. Drop down, racing into that pit, onto the brakes to make sure they don't break the speed limit. Who stayed out? The 167 has stayed out. That is Nathan Button. Henry Chris, Tristan Koch, Stuart Patterson as well. Like 4 cars stayed out, so this is going to make things very interesting as we get to the 37th lap. Looks like one of them's going in now, so some of them may be just trying that lap to get around and go a bit more prepared. Try and sort of sort out who the leader is. Looks like it might be Noddy Tompkins. There's Ron Thompson and Jason Holdsworth. race to open up a little bit now that we've all had everyone's been in and out of the pits. They'll get those tyres warmed back up again. They're going to have to stop one more time around the 70 lap mark. The cautions so far. All right, guys and girls, apologies, but one-man booth. I need to just quickly duck away for just one moment. I'll be back in just a second. Thank you for tuning in to the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Matters Bobbeth TV on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'll be back in just one moment. We are back, and we are about to start our 41st lap. Just over 50 laps to go, 59 laps still to come. Current race leader Ron Thompson, Jason Holdsworth in second. Third is the 5 car of Andy J. Barber, Bernardi Tompkin, Adam Malone, Nigel Patton, Stephen Williams, Ruben Phelps, Darren McKenzie, and Bryce Meddings. In 11th, Jamie Nankervis, Devon Stone in 12th. Tom Pritchard, Matthew Raymond, and Daniel Stevens round out the 13 to 15 mark. Brent Hobbs, Henry King, Nathan Button, Marcus Scott, Tristan Koch, Kelvin Clark, Colin Bruins, Marty Mitchell, Stuart Patterson, and Luke Wilson. 25 cars still on the lead lap. Half a lap down or a lap or more down. Aaron Gilbert, Brian J. Blundell. Looks like Adam Pold may have retired. Jared Williams currently sitting in the pits, the 96 car. Jump around the field a little bit. See some more of the other race cars. We can start to see a number of groups starting to form on the track. Overhead cam, and look at those different lines as well as they come through. This is what it looks like for the crowd in the mains grandstand. as they watch them race down that backstretch into 3 and 4. This is like a race for ants. You see them in all their glory as they come out of 4 down through the Tri-Oval. We're going to start lap 45. That is the top 8 right there. Andy Barber, Ron Thompson, Jason Holdsworth, Adam Malone, Noddy Tompkins, Stephen Williams, Nigel Patton, and Ruben Phelps. There's another little group back there behind him, Darren McKenzie and Bryce Meddings. They are trying to use each other to race their way back up. It looks like the 8 of Jamie Nankervis is jumping on the back of that train as well. Jamie Nankervis had the best last lap. So you would dare say it sounds like it is working out for them. They're about to come back through. Now let's see who has the quickest lap. We're going to stay with these 3 for now. Curious to see how this little train's going to run. Darren McKenzie, Bryce Meddings, Jamie Nankervis, 9th, 10th and 11th. Looks like Jamie has bailed on that little bit of fun. We're very close to the halfway mark. It has been green flag racing all the way. 47 laps of the Auto Club Speedway here at Fontana, USA. They should have called it Fontana instead of Fontana. Fontana. Brent Hobbs has got Matthew Raymond and Trent Pritchard. Tom Pritchard's right in front of him. Daniel Stevens just back there behind him. As we come to the almost halfway mark of this race. These races, especially the Friday night ones, take a lot of cups of coffee, lots of effort on the voice. If you want to assist the channel, Bobeth TV, in any way and help out, whether you want to donate a coffee or whatever, paypal.me/streamingwithbob is the donation channel. Obviously not necessary, but most loved and appreciated if you do. We try and keep our broadcast fees as low as humanly possible. Sometimes 50 to 70% cheaper than a lot of what I see on the Facebook pages, and I do that because obviously I want to about the profit and benefit this as well. So yeah, donations are a big part of it. paypal.me/streamingwithbob. Coming to the halfway mark, down that backstretch of the 50th lap. New race leader, Stephen Williams, Ron Thompson, Jason Holdsworth. Ron Thompson falling back a few spots, so is Andy Barber. But Ron's just fallen out of that line. He's on the inside line by himself. Excuse me, it's about 50 laps in, and my voice starts to get a bit croaky. It is, of course, 9:15 on a Friday evening. It has been a long week, so here we are. 64 to 72 will be the next pit window if there's no caution. We are rapidly approaching that, just 14 laps away. Touch of the wall possibly there. It's Andy J. Barber in the 5 machine. Laps to go, lap 53 underway. Get down to the track cams just to see exactly how fast these guys are going. You watch the cameras shake. They are hitting some pretty serious speeds, around 270. About through the turns, about 270, 275. Some might be going a little bit slower, but on the straightaways, backstretch and stuff, you're going to hit speeds of 280 easily. 290. That would be great immersion. Teammates still there in Andy J. Barber and Adam Malone. Darren McKenzie's fallen back down to 9th, but still plenty of racing to go. Still at least one more pit stop. Holdsworth currently our race leader. He won last week's race. Ron Thompson second. Stephen Williams is currently third. And Barber and Adam Malone fourth and fifth. Roddy Tompkins, Ruben Phelps, Nigel Patton, Darren McKenzie, Bryce Meddings. That's the 6 to 10, 11 to 15 is Jamie Nankervis, Matthew Raymond, Devon Stove and Brent Hobbs. Tom Pritchard is the 15th. 16 to 20 is going to be Daniel Stevens, Nathan Button, Marcus Scott, Trishan Kosh, Henry King. 21 to 25, Clark, Stuart Patterson, Marty Mitchell. Oh, thank you so much. Just had a coffee or a tea. I think it's a tea. Ow! Hot. Delivered. Who are the broadcast booth? That's going to help the silky smooth voice of Bob. Race action. We wet and warm up those vocal cords. Alright, for those who have just tuned in, watching along, this is the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters. We've had a bunch of likes come through that apparently I didn't get to see. Lolly, Moist, Scott Barton, and Chris Bleakley. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all for checking it out. Up on that window. 64 to lap 72. We're currently at lap 58, but we're about to start lap 59. Oh, there's been a collision. The 119 and the 1. Jason Holdsworth. 119 is the 28 at Ron Thompson on the leaderboard. Red flag hasn't come out. Hopefully Jason's car's not too damaged there as he tries to rebuild this race. Wait to the end of the lap for everything to catch up. But they are still our top 5. Oh, yellow was called. All right, now while we get to the, what's that? It's going to be the 61st lap, just 40 more to come. Every Friday night we talk about it. We say Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark, mental health matters. But what is that now? Beat the Dark, they are the team that are sponsoring the trucks this season. They're making it possible. The conception of Beat the Dark, it stems from a profound awareness of people grappling with uncertainty, anxiety and depression. Now, while originally formed for the iRacing platform, Beat the Dark is a message applicable to all walks of life. Now, beyond its existence as an iRacing team, the Beat the Dark logo stands independently. They believe in the power of iRacing and the camaraderie it fosters to provide solace during challenging times. Now, iRacing and online gaming do serve as platforms that unite individuals from diverse backgrounds and age groups. The distinctive colours of the logo symbolise both genders, and the striking face represents the modern-day crusader advocating for social change. Now, we hope that by promoting this awareness, individuals can embrace their true selves and initiate honest conversations. If our efforts can assist even one person struggling, then we consider that a worthwhile endeavour. So let's extend a warm thank you and a welcome to Beat the Dark as they power our Friday Night Truck Series. It's so hot, guys. Currently in the pits. The 21 is, no, it's not Noddy, it's Adam Tice. That's the 25, Bob. The 21 is Tom Pritchard. The 21 and the 25 making their second stop. Will it be their final stop? That will remain to be seen. 32 to 36 laps is the window. Going in at 38 might not be the smartest idea. 38 to go, that is. Five car Andy J. Barber, he's in 7th. We can just see Noddy Tompkins in front of him, Nigel Patton and Jamie Nankovitz just behind him. There's Jamie racing in up past the 50 of the 90 of Nigel Patton. Well, we are at that window of opportunity. Lap 64 to 72 is here. Got some cars looking to pit soon. shake up the final third of this feature race. Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. We're at Auto Club Speedway live at TV, YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. Cars have retired. Adam Pold and Jared Williams. Leaves with 28 cars remaining. One of those still in the pits. That's the 21. 64. Brent Hobbs. He's headed into the pits now, 15th position. Everyone coming up on that 32, 33 lap run. Some of them, though, I'm not sure they're going to have enough laps left. Those that pit a little bit early, but wait and see. The 64 rolling on back out of the pits to rejoin the race. That is the 5 of Andy Barber, Nigel Patton, Jamie Nankervis, and I believe Nigel Patton. Did I say Nigel? Bryce Meddings, maybe. Apologies, Bryce. It is most certainly. There he is, the red and white 6 truck. Some of these trucks come up on the 34, 35 laps. It's that last pit visit. They are really starting to run on fumes. Yes, possibly, I believe he was, as is the 90. Maybe, I can't tell, 96, Brian Blundell. Some of these cars going in. Adam Tice currently back there in 27th place. Has a bit of a unique advantage. He's about 6 or 7 laps out of his last pit run. So 3 laps down, he's going to be able to run a few of these laps back, hopefully. Oh, there has been a crash in the pits. A bit of smoke, a few cars off tracks, off path. So not sure what happened there. To go. Once these pit stops are done, we'll revisit the leaderboard and see where everyone sits. But at the moment, our race leader, Bryce Meddings. Ron Thompson in a second. Looks like Stephen Williams, Noddy Tompkins, 3rd and 4th. 5th, Ruben Phelps. Leader Bryce Meddings going into the pits. Other cars are as well. 28 of Ron Thompson, I believe he'll be our new race leader. Remaining a few guys going into pits. Tristan Koch, Marcus Scott, Nathan Barton. Welcome, Mr. Martinez. Appreciate it, brothers. Don't get yourself in trouble. But yeah, look, there's not much to do at work, and surely the boss won't mind you just finishing the race off. 20 odd laps, 29 laps to go. We're just at lap 72 of 100. This is the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. We have had all of our scheduled pit stops all under green flag. There has not been a caution here tonight. California has been, to be very kind. Currently, Ron Thompson, our race leader, Stephen Williams, second, Ruben Phelps third, Jamie Nankervis in fourth, fifth, Andy Barber, Darren McKenzie sixth, seventh, Nigel Patton, Bryce Meddings eighth, ninth, Adam Malone, Brent Hobbs in 10th. The rest of the field, Matthew Raymond, Devon Stove, Daniel Stevens, Henry King, Nathan Button, and Marcus Scott. That is 11 to 16 there. The last guys on the lead lap, Christian Koch, Kelvin Clark, Colin Bruins, Stuart Patterson, Jason Holdsworth, Noddy Tompkins, Marty Mitchell, Brian Blundell, Adam Tice, Luke Wilson, Aaron Gilbert, Tom Pritchard, Adam Polden, Jared Williams. Luke Wilson has retired 5 laps down. Looks like Aaron Gilbert will move up into 26th once he completes his next lap or two. TV, very helpful, has been full of constructive feedback, help, criticism, any improvements that you've seen over the last few weeks on the broadcast have pretty much been solely his advice. That man has been a absolute legend, helping me get my things sorted and stuff working out properly. No drop frame, steady frame rate. It's been good. For the race to go, we've got 25 to come. We're on lap 76. Crash early on 119. Into each other and gone down below the yellow, kept it down there so the caution didn't come out, got it going again and racing their way back into it. Mackenzie up in front of him is Aaron Gilbert. 26th lap traffic in front of him. Third place Ruben Phelps. That is who Darren is gunning for. Try will they come? Lap 79 about to begin. Just 22 more laps of this mammoth 100 lapper at Autocross Speedway. California has put on quite the show. We've had 2 pit stops under green flag conditions, 2 main pit stops. And this race has just been exciting. Everyone trading positions. We've had a lot of different cars up at the front. They've had to settle for changing order due to the pit stops. And we're just winding down to the remaining bit of this race. while we're watching this one, let's let you know about some stuff that happened this week. We wrapped up the Mud Mule Esports Turf War 2024 Super Late Model Competition. Congratulations, Dalton Butcher, for taking that one out. They've restarted the Knuckleheads iRacing League's weekly dirt racing schedule. Sunday nights, Motor International Super Late, Motor International Late Models, alternating late models. Between Limiteds, Pros, and Supers, and then we have the Motor International 360 Sprints. Monday night is the Wayne's World Modified Tour and the Ron Watcher Brung Series, and then Tuesday night is the Robinson Electrical Dirt Street Stocks, and then we wrap up the American Racing Week on the Wednesday night with the Senior Circuit NASCAR Cup Series. Back here again Friday night next week, Australian time, for the Australian NASCAR eSeries. One. That is Colin Bruns. He is in 20th spot. Lap traffic, but he's got some cars. He's racing it there. Jason Holdsworth is one of them. He also has Stuart L. Patterson just up there in front of Stephen Williams in second place. So Stuart finding himself the meat amongst this lap traffic racing sandwich. Honestly, I'm not sure, Mr. Wright. Australian NASCAR eSeries, so if you do want to look them up on Facebook or Discord, then yeah, but I don't know, to be honest. Let me check something for you. Let's have a look at that. I'm sure that'll tell you. No, it doesn't say if it's fixed or not, but there's still about 15 weeks of racing to go, so if you are interested in checking it out, Dean, yeah, Australian NASCAR eSeries is the league. Good blinking car there on the track. That's Stuart Patterson. That will potentially cause some issues with visibility. Just past the hour mark, 1:08 into the broadcast, and we do have, we'll say 17 laps, but we're just coming into 3 and 4 now, so 16 laps remain. Lap 85 is about to get underway. This has been a green flag from the start. For a track that's a bit notorious with tyre wear, it's pretty wide, so you can run it how you want. Okay, no worries, man. Yeah. I know they do a lot of different series and stuff as well. So yeah, just yeah, I guess ask the question of the truck channel in the Discord. But usually Friday nights at 8. This one was a little bit delayed just due to the update and the settings changing. The weather, so they had to fix that one up and make it a boosted race. So yeah, definitely be good to have you on the screens, brother. Thompson, still our race leader, Stephen Williams. There they are there in front of it on the screens. You do have, I believe that's the 119, the 11 of, sorry, the 11, not 119, the 11 of Jason Holdsworth there. He is a lap traffic, but he's going to help push those boys to the lead. They are 3 Toyotas and, oh no, that's 2 Chevys in front there, Bob. Calm down. Starting to become an issue now. Most of laps since they last got new tyres, and that last third of the race, you run them hard. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this race pans out. Darren McKenzie behind him. It's the meet in their lap traffic sandwich. More cars have retired, so Luke Wilson, Tom Pritchard, Adam Cole, Jared Williams are out of the race. Adam Tice in the pits in 26th. Aaron Gilbert, we see him on our screens there. He's our 25th car. 13 on the lead lap, though. That is Ron Thompson, Stephen Williams, Ruben Phelps, Jamie Nankervis, Nigel Patton, Andy Barber, Darren McKenzie, Bryce Meddings, Adam Malone, Stove, Matthew Raymond, Brent Hobbs, Daniel Stevens. That is 1 to 13. Now that I think about it though, Dean, watching the race, I feel like it might be fixed setups because I don't feel like there's a lot of difference between a lot of the cars that you do see in the open setup world. Thompson there, the Mocky J Fox Foundation Blue 22. Sounds like a NFL game there, Blue 22, 22. Oh. I don't think Jason Holdsworth's going to be able to use this run that he's got with these lead top two cars. It's certainly benefiting him, but he's going to need a full lap to get past that car that's up in front of them, and that is Kelvin Clark in the 18th position. The 777 green car we see in the distance. Occasionally there are years that are there. 1 and 2, a little bit close there. The 22, unfortunately, up into the wall. Ron Thompson. Nothing too bad. Stephen Williams, our new race leader. But Ron was falling back a little bit there off the pace, but I wonder if that's just him getting that car back up to speed. 98 pushing Jason Holdsworth a little bit there. They said the dark hole, we didn't have the traction for it. Pop back up behind him though. 22 and 97, Ron Thompson and Stuart Patterson, 2nd and 21st. Colin Bruns up there in front of him. Patterson still having a few technical issues there. Internet. Just 9 to go. Make that 8 as we start lap 93. Where has this race gone? We have had 93 green flag laps. I said 93. I did 93 green flag laps. I'm going to blame the F portion of that sentence. Jed Barber back there in 7th spot. You can see 6th all the way up to 3rd in front of him. So look for him to be making some moves here with the final 6 or so laps, 7 laps to go. Ooh, geez, starting to get a bit warm in the studio. We've got a bit of a heat wave coming this weekend, and I'm wondering if it's getting here already because, yeah, it's hot. It's hot. It is quarter to 10 in the evening as well, so Australia, folks. Down the backstretch for the 95th time. 6 more to come. Stephen Williams race leader. Ron Thompson second. Ruben Phelps currently third. And Jamie Nankervis, Nigel Patton, Darren McKenzie, Andy Barber, Bryce Meddings. I think we're back. Sorry about that. My headset just died without any warning beeps. I had it charged for a while, but apparently it's having hiccups. Now it's probably a good time to re-mention that donation passage, paypal.me/streaming with Bob. Coffee, dollar, new headset. I use it all. All right, we are 5 to go. We're actually 4 to go as lap 97 gets underway. We're coming up on that start-finish line. There's the restart zone. Stephen Williams is our race leader. He has Colin Bruns separating him and the second place Ron Thompson. There is a bit of a gap between Stephen and Colin, though. Excuse me, Bob. There's our race leader there, the 98, Stephen Williams. Flag laps. I feel like I can confidently say that. I can say the word caution without feeling like I'm going to jinx them because 3 to go. That is amazing racing. 30 cars started this race. 25 of them still in that race. And to not have a single caution at a track that can really be notorious for tyre wear and speed difference, that is a testament to the driving ability of these 30 guys. 2 to go, an ultimate lap. Saw a little bit of slip there with the 98 as he came out of 4, Stephen Williams. That is the tyre wear, where if you just hold it a little bit too hard, she will get a bit loose, but some drivers do also say that if you're not almost losing it, you're not racing it hard enough. And I think the other one is, what was it? I can't remember who it was, the NASCAR driver that said this, but I'm going to hold my throttle to the floor until I see God or the checkered flag. And that's where we are with 1 lap to go. Lap traffic. Ron Thompson not that far behind, only about a second or so. Really, it is not that big a difference, but they're going to come into 3 and 4, and this is going to be pretty rudimentary for the 98. You would think he's not going to do anything silly at this point. Oh no! Speaking of silly, the 22 of Ron Thompson does get caught up in something. The 98 has dropped below the line. What's happened there? Why has the 98 conceded? I'm confused on that race finish there. Looks like Stephen won. But Ron Thompson has one heck of a race finish. Just watch that again. There's a 98 coming out of 4. The 2 gets smacked around a little bit. Sent up into the wall. Just going to check the ugly screen. I don't think it matters. I think that Stephen Williams is our race leader. Yeah, Ron Thompson second, and Ruben Phelps third. So bit of a confusing end to that race. I thought it was all over for Ron Thompson, but they managed to finish that one up well. Guys all head back into the pace pit lane to put their trucks away. We're going to jump over to the Discord and have a bit of a chat with the boys, see how they thought that race went. We'll go through the rest of the field. So Stephen Williams, Ron Thompson, and Ruben Phelps 1, 2, and 3. Fourth to 10th, Jamie Nankervis, Nigel Patton, Darren McKenzie, Andy Barber, Bryce Meadings, Adam Malone, and Matthew Raymond. 11 to 20 will be Devon Stove, Brent Hobbs, Daniel Stevens, Nathan Button, Tristan Kosh, Marcus Scott, Kelvin Clark, Stuart L. Patterson, Colin Bruins, Henry King. 21 to 30, Jason Holdsworth, Noddy Tompkins, Marty Mitchell, Brian Blundell, Aaron Gilbert, Adam Tice, Luke Wilson, Tom Pritchard, Adam Pold, and Jared Williams as the 98 does some celebratory burnouts there on the track, leaving a little bit of rubber. What's left of that rubber? He's going to leave it there on the track. Let's see if we can get a bit closer and catch that burnout. He deserves it. That car, look at the camber, just hooking it. Getting that wheel spin. He's going to slam it off to the side, spin it around over the line. Barney gets the best view. All right, let's jump back over to the Discord. We'll see if the boys started to float in. All right, we're going to start off with Ruben Phelps. He started 8th on the grid back on the 4th row, and after it was all said and done, managed to work his way into a 3rd place finish. 100 laps, brother, at the Auto Club Speedway. That's no joke right there. 2 pit stops to get some tyres and fuel, but all green flag runs. Did you expect that? Did you expect a green flag run? I mean, no one really fully expects, I guess, 100 laps, but yeah, did you expect that to happen like that?
Yeah, no, it's usually Auto Club can somewhat produce green flag racing. It's just a matter of obviously if because you're peg racing at the very start, you never really know, especially if anybody is loose or something like that. But once you sort of get to those first pit stops, it usually gets spread out pretty quickly, and then it sort of minimises that opportunity for a caution. Even though there was some door bangs
Oh,
and incidents that happened that could have potentially became a crash, but didn't. So, no, it was good to have green flag though. It was. I couldn't really do anything. I was just sort of sitting behind there, being able to run the bottom. I was doing the whole race, but I just couldn't get the runs off a lot of them.
yeah, it's a tricky one. 3 and 4, I know personally, I still don't quite have down. 1 and 2, I feel like I've got a good line in 1. And exit out of 2, I generally can beat most cars out of the turn if momentum wise and things like that. But it's a wide track. There's a number of different lines you can run just depending on the real estate and where you are in the race sort of thing. And then obviously tire wear can come in pretty quick and it can cause we saw in some instances 2 to 3 tenths of a second time difference just on those laps, each lap sort of just ticking away. So, yeah, absolute strategy, especially as we say, a green flag pitting. It looked like so your last run. Oh no, you went into the pits on your last at the end of the race. That screwed my count up. But it looked like a lot of those guys electing to have that short 28 to 32 sort of lap run home rather than risk it. We saw a few there that did have 34 laps on the run home, things like that. Yes, so you're really sort of testing out the fuel capacity. What was the main concern for you in that race? Was it keeping the tires where you needed them, or was it making sure that you had the fuel where it counted?
To be honest, I think it was just there was just a little edge of my straight line that sort of wasn't there, but at the same time, I was sort of by myself, and everybody that was in my group at the front there was, either a teammate or something like that anyway. So, but because my truck worked on the bottom so well, of course everybody's up the top or the middle of the racetrack. So the runs already sort of happen with your trucks on the bottom and you're all by yourself. You don't get any momentum. So that's pretty much how my truck was. But unfortunately, there was a couple of circumstances that sort of brought me up to third, where I don't know what happened to Darren. Like he blinked out and lost 2 seconds on his race, and he was in front of me, and next minute he was gone, and next minute I see he's 4 seconds behind or 2 seconds behind me. So something happened there, but I think he should have probably been there or thereabouts, but sort of put me in the third.
Yeah, yeah, there was a couple of cars like that. I mean, even the finish there, I really I wasn't sure what was going on. It looked like Stephen had pulled up a bit short on his finish. It looked like Ron had been tapped on the exit of four. I was like, oh my God, what's that? But everyone sort of got over the line, in the order that they were running in, basically. And they're the sort of finishes. It's that last lap that it all comes down on. Trying to side draft or just get that little bit of extra speed on that run out of four. And anything can and will happen. So it's usually you got to wait for that dust to settle before you can sort of see who the top five are. And no, in this instance, I mean, look, you did spend a lot of the time up the front once you got your set car up there in that top 10, sort of that top five pack. It was pretty fluid. It only really changed with the pit stops. But I think, because there was those two pit stops to sort of balance themselves out, got those cars from the first third of the race back up to where they needed to be for the final third. Bristol next week. Now I think it's actually what 150. That is insane. You guys are running an amazing schedule. 150 laps of Bristol. Now going from not a big track. I mean it's a little over. It's what 2 mile track. Not quite a super speedway, but it is a big track. Going from that to Bristol, banked and short. What's the game plan like there?
Honestly, I really don't know. It can go either both ways. You can either have a really good truck and look after the tires, or just go hard 24/7. And most of the time, you've got to go hard because you need to keep that right rear going. But everything happens in a fast pace. It's just like, you'd be sweating at the end of it. And of course, how many laps you've got. Yeah, there's going to be there'll probably be no sweat left by the end.
Definitely, definitely not. I know I was getting a bit hot just watching it, so knowing what it was like for you guys behind the wheel, yeah, no, no thanks. I'll sit here on my broadcast booth and just watch you guys. That's some crazy, crazy stuff. Now, behind every good race car driver, there is a great team, friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to, mate?
What I've got to shout out is our home Australia. Of course, Matty Ray was there tonight. Lockie was doing some shop at around Phillip Island for the weekend, so he'll be busy. But also, of course, Moondog is our sponsor and Aussie Canna. And yeah, that's about it, really.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Well, look, still plenty of racing to come, and I'm loving this. Predominantly a dirt broadcaster, and as this is what my fourth week with the NASCAR, but with you boys in the NASCAR, and I'm absolutely loving it. You guys put on a great show. I love the trucks personally. I came for dirt and found NASCAR trucks myself, and have spent a bit of time this week at Auto Club in the officials. So I kind of know what you guys went through, but not to that level. I did a 60 lapper open the other day, and that's about as big as I'll go. But best of luck next week, man, at Bristol. We've got Coda coming up, Chicagoland, and Martinsville. So a few interesting tracks coming up. Wish you guys the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. I just got to put a one thing out there.
Oh,
I
yep.
forgot to add our charities of TS to Reach Australia
Mm.
and Alopecia's as well.
Definitely, definitely two very, very good causes. All right, my man, you have a great night, and we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, I'll catch it.
Thank you. All right, that was Ruben Phelps. He was our third place finisher. Our second place finisher started pole on the grid, and that is not an envious. You think that's where you want to start in a race like this? And look, in most cases, yes, but 100 laps, two mandatory pit stops, it is a lot of pressure. But Ron, with the exception of I guess the reshuffles on the pits after that first green flag pit and no cautions at all. It took you a little bit in another pit to work your way back into it. Was that the race you expected? Did it go to plan? Was there anything you had to sort of change mid race? Talk us through it.
Yeah, no, man, I was really glad to start on the pole, and I knew I wanted to save a little bit of tire, so I backed her up a little bit and just ran with a couple teammates there, and we saved fuel so we could go the distance. And everything was working according to plan. Made the right adjustments on the first pit stop. Had the next set of pit stops adjusted and ready, and Jason and Noddy both got caught speeding in the pits, with which left me out there with no drafting help, but.
Yep.
It was a great race. It went really good. Um, I was saving tires because I knew Stevie's always been fast. He'd get up there, and it really did good. No worries there. We had a little incident, but that was all racing. We both got tight with the air up and got in the wall,
Yep.
and but there's no blame there.
No, definitely not. And we saw a little bit of that throughout the race. Racing deals sort of in a few different spots, but everyone handled them well. Some, I think Jason, that was the one that sort of put Jason Holsworth back out of the contention for a little bit. He had one where unselfishly sort of put it down into the grass and got it controlled and got it back up onto the track once everyone came past. And like as I was saying to Ruben, 100 laps at Auto Club, as someone myself who has raced here this week and knows what this track can be like, tyre wear and things like that, to go 100 laps without a caution, with 30 cars, with 25 cars still going by the end of that race, that was crazy. There was a lot of lap traffic to contend with. A lot of you guys, even you and I believe you and Steven at one point had Jason, the aforementioned Jason Holdsworth, actually up there with you, sort of pushing you guys out to a bit of a run. You had that 3 car draft going, and I think that's something that people take for granted is your lap traffic, get out of my way type of thing, or whatever. Whereas I'm sort of like, look, if they go past me, they go past me. It's not going to change the position, or if they help push, or I can help push them, it's just extra speed for everyone. So it was really good to see you guys take advantage of that. I got a little bit worried there on that last lap. I wasn't sure what was going on. I had to go back and watch, but you got that little tap loose. I saw Steven pulling up. I was like, "What are you guys? What's going on here? Like, who's going to win the race?" It looked like, but you all managed to get over the line in order. I think Ruben was one of the few guys that sort of managed to jump a spot or two a lap before, and was pretty happy with himself getting there. But was there any minutes, any time there where you were like ripping the wheel off the desk type of situation? Were you worried at that point?
Yeah, no, I wasn't worried. I was tight, loose, squirrely. Then I had to back out of it, and Jason kind of hit me a little bit, so I'm really sideways and trying to save it. And had the lap car. Yeah, I saw Stevie checking up because he felt bad. I told him I didn't want it. He
Yeah,
felt like something was going on. I was like, no, no, go. I'm glad you got the win, man. But he felt bad, and I was thinking, some that's racing, and I appreciate it because this is a great league. The Australian NASCAR eSeries here
mm,
is why I get up early to come over here and run it.
definitely,
A lot
definitely.
of good guys, man. It's been a tremendous amount of folks that really like to race and have fun.
Yep, yep.
And it's not all about the he did this, he did that, and so we had a good time. And
No,
congrats off to Stevie.
definitely, definitely, my man. And yeah, if some of the audience are listening there, and it's not unusual for me to be talking to an American. A lot of my broadcasting sort of stuff is of a morning here in Australia for the Americans' evenings. So I'm used to it, but used to being the sole Australian usually in a group of Americans. So Ron here, obviously hailing from Carolina, the USA. Um, yeah, we appreciate you getting up early and jumping on board and racing with us. It's good to see. I heard the voice. I was like, wait, hang on, let's have a look here for a second. And yeah, the sole American. Yeah, normally, like I always joke, we've got another league where it's all Americans and then just one or two Canadians. So I always signal the Canadian out like that as well. But no, that's awesome, man. Bristol next week. How do you think you're going to go there? We're going from a 2 mile track to a lot shorter, bankier track. Um, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the shorter stuff? Do you prefer the 2 mile and higher? What's your preference?
I like to Bob. I really like to give it the off gas time.
Yep.
So the Bristol works good. Anything that where you can work the throttle to make the car go forward. Even here at Auto Club, you got to save some tire and you got to work the throttle in the corner so it's not wide open. whereas we come off of Daytona and Atlanta and stuff like that is pretty much different. But yeah, Bob, I really appreciate you guys running this coverage. It's been really a lot of fun to go back and catch up on.
I
But
appreciate it.
yeah, Bristol coming up, I really like it. I like that track, and we got a lot of good contender drivers in here. The Stars boys, Stevie, even Ruben. They all get up here.
Definitely do. And look, it's that I think if we looked at the results, I think we had a different winner each week. I thought Jason was looking early, was gonna try and go back to back after his win last week, but not different winner this week again. So still 15 more weeks to go for pretty much almost an opportunity for just about most of the guys in the league to try and pick up a win. But it's just going to come down to track preference and favorites, I think. But no, you guys, you put on the show. You make it so much easier for me to broadcast. I just sit here and watch and call some awesome truck racing. But with that in mind, friends, family, and sponsors, who else do you need to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, man. The nitro setups really helped me out a lot in the garage and getting set up, and our teammates Jason and Noddy and stuff, and Nigel, whoever's been running the nitro, really work hard, especially on Q laps, race sets. But the Michael Fox Foundation for muscular dystrophy and stuff.
Yep.
So we got a good teammate that runs on that, and it's been really good.
Definitely. Well, look, best of luck for the future races. Don't be a stranger. We'll definitely have you in the booth. Try not to make any finishes like that in the future. My heart, I don't know if I could take it. I was so worried that I was like, oh my god. And I'm not even invested in the race. I'm just here calling it. That's how exciting that finish was. But yeah, good luck at Bristol next week, man. And we'll talk to you sometime soon.
Thanks, Bob. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right, that was Ron A. Thompson. That is going to leave us with one more person to speak with. He started on the third row, fifth spot inside line, but when it was all said and done, it was our race winner. We can almost say one of the most gentlemanly men in the racing business, purely because, as we just spoke with Ron Thompson there, we'll go backwards in this interview a little bit, Stephen. Right at the end of that race there, you would have seen in the mirror just that Ron get an unfortunate tap, got a bit sideways, could not correct it, and it looked like you put yourself in nope, not like this mode. And I'm thinking, why is he slowing down? What's going on? He's going to lose it. But you all managed to, once you sort of, I guess, once you realised what was going on, and Ron's pleaded with you not to worry, but you all got to the line in the order that you were supposed to. But just talk us through that last little bit coming out of four, what you saw in the mirror.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Everyone, I think, thought I was running out of fuel and stuff like that. But
I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
I just wanted to give it back to Ron because I killed him at Atlanta,
Yep.
And then here as well. I didn't think that was a fair pass, but like I thought there was room, but then I knew I was pushing up on the track, so just to take him out like that, ruin his race like that, I thought I should give it back to him.
Yep, yeah, and look, and that's the sort of racing karma that you want. That sort of whether or not you do or don't, it's the intention. You don't. As I said in that lead up, you don't want to win it like that. Had it been
I would have done it normally, but doing it twice, taking him out
yeah.
twice, I've got to give him something.
Well, I joke that sometimes it just feels like there's magnets between particular cars. I have it sometimes. Yeah, you sort of see the same guys in your official races over time after time, and you get used to certain guys. But yeah, like even for myself, when I was racing a lot more frequently, there was just those one or two guys that you just had a habit of always being crashed into by, or you were crashing into them, and it's just that's just similar skill sets, similar race speeds, similar race ideals. Obviously, that's why you're sort of in the same spot of the track. I think
Yep.
you guys, one of the most respectful groups I've seen. Obviously, there's been some heated moments with the protests and things like that. But look, that happens in any race. That just shows the passion and the want to succeed in the group. So you can't really hate on that. But in a general sense, the racing is as hard as can be, but it is so damn respectful. So for you to be sort of come out of that being called the most gentlemanly man in the race, that is that says something else. But no, those the way you guys, as I said to Ron, and that the way you guys handled lap traffic was wonderful. You and Ron had Jason Holdsworth for a long time there. He was in like 21st position or something but was basically racing as if he was third place. He'd come out of the pits with you guys and was sort of there to make that 3 car train and help you guys. You guys all got back up to speed, and he really benefited from it. Um, that sort of stuff, as I said to I think Ron or Ruben, I can't remember which one. There's some guys that will shun that. They'll be like, lap traffic, get out of the way. But it looked like you guys used it to your advantage. Were there any points there where you're a little bit worried about the position of lap traffic and whether Ron was going to get past you or if anyone else was going to take advantage of it?
No, not really, because like what you were saying, you can actually use them to your advantage and stuff like that, and time. Like they're running their own race, and you can tell when they're in a battle and positions themselves. If somebody that's laps down or something and then starts fighting with leaders, and that's being a pest. But they're allowed to run their own race and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't mind all that. It's
Yeah, I think at one
it,
point
it
it
adds
was
another element to it.
definitely does. I mean, there was one point where it was, as I say, it was you and Ron, and then I think there was like it was 19th, 20th, and 21st all around you, sort of thing. And it as I say, you'd all come out of the pit. You all had fresh cars, fresh tires. Everyone was sort of doing the same thing. They're racing each other. You guys are racing each other. It was just so wonderful to sort of see that. You could tell the two distinct races on the track, but they were going on side by side, but not interfering. And that is. That's something that I'm really coming to. I love racing trucks, but just broadcasting you guys for the last 4 weeks, it's been a month now. Holy shit!
Yeah,
That it's amazing to watch. These things are brilliant, and watching you guys sort of try and take the track in different methods. You had like almost 3 wide just because there was a high, low, and middle line, but there's pretty much 5 lanes on the track wide ways. So you can easily afford to do that. It was a great race. Now, going 100 laps, green flag. Look, trucks in any situation, once you get over, say, 24, 25 cars, we had 30 at the start. The odds are really against you guys having a green flag run. Obviously, just
yeah.
real estate. There was a few cars that did collide. A couple got below the yellow when it was required and got it going again. Were you shocked that it was 100 laps green flag?
Nah, not really, because usually cautions will happen quickly off restarts here from memory.
Yep.
And then once everyone gets kind of sorted out, they're in their own little battle trying to get runs on the car in front or behind. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
not as
Yep.
packed, and incidences can still happen at any time. But I find, that these I'm sure will go long green flag runs.
No, definitely. Well, look, Bristol next week. So we go from 2 miles, 5 lanes wide, to a crazily banked short track at Bristol. Thank God it's not on the dirt for at least that part of it. But yeah, how do you look forward? Do you look forward to Bristol, and how do you sort of handle a banked track like that?
Yeah, I don't mind Bristol at all. It's cool, cool fun to race, and yeah, going through traffic and all that around there is really cool as well. You really got to be patient and pick your um, pick your runs and stuff like that. But yeah, dirt there. I'm glad it's gone, type of thing. Not a thing.
Look,
Hated
it
it.
was it was a fun experiment, but yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
No, definitely, man, definitely. Well, look, best of luck for Bristol. Best of luck with the rest of the season. We've still got 15 weeks of racing to come, so a mammoth season still to come. Congratulations for taking out the Auto Club Speedway here tonight. Before we let you go, though, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to?
Just the Australian NASCAR eSeries for putting on all these races and stuff like that. It's a lot of work goes into it, and it's great fun to be part of. And for you for coming on board and doing the streams, and it's always good to watch back. And then simrigs.com, Southwell Lifts and Hoists, uh, NP Designs, Ben Max Mechanical, and all the fellas at DPR Racing.
Awesome, man. Sounds like you got a good bunch of guys behind you. All right, we'll let you go. You get bragging rights for 1 week. We'll see you back here Friday night for Bristol, and let's see if you can do it all over again.
Cheers, thanks for that.
All right, brother. Best of luck.
Yeah.
All right, that was Stephen Williams. He was our race winner here tonight. we wrap up 100 laps at Auto Club Speedway. Yes, I was talking about you, Brooks. Always talking about you, brother. Hello, you sexy boy, you. Yeah, talk about magnets and crashing into me all the time. No. Yeah, look, thank you so much for coming out to the Auto Club Speedway round of the Australian NASCAR eSeries. Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters. You've been watching all of this on Bobbeth TV live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We are going to wrap it up there. It's getting late. It is 10:15 Friday night in Australia for Bob. I've got a Friday night to have. Thank you so much for watching. Love yous all. You are beautiful. My name is Bob.